Good morning. Let me first welcome everyone to Howard University. I'm tempted to say again, and we certainly hope to have the mayor and her staff here as often as we can. Certainly a pleasure to have her here. So I'm pleased today to be joined by Mayor Muriel Bowser, by the DC Public Schools Chancellor, Henderson, and I have to publicly say I'm a fan of both of these women. Appreciate what they're doing to announce an exciting new partnership between Howard University and District of Columbia Public Schools. United by the city in which we work and live, Howard University and DCPS share a rich history of providing the young people of Washington, D.C. with opportunities to explore their academic interests and advance down a path to a better life. When I moved to D.C. in 1988, I lived in the Brooklyn neighborhood and became very familiar, I think, because of my youthful look with the students at Banneker, more so than the students at this campus. So as I caught the H2 bus across town, I spent a lot of time riding that bus with some of the neighborhood teenagers, and really got to learn a lot about the DC public school system from them and recognize the kind of talent that does exist in the city. Today we take that relationship that we have to new heights through a dual enrollment partnership that will expose students from 2 DCPS high schools to college coursework and culture. Beginning in the fall of 2015, eligible students from Banneker and McKinley Technology high schools can take college-level courses at Howard University and experience the academic rigor and the rewards of college life free of charge. Howard University will waive the cost of classes, and the credits students earn will be applicable to their high school record and transferable to the college of their choice. Of course, we will be delighted if that choice is Howard University. I am proud to deepen our relationship through the dual enrollment partnership. Through this program, we are also aiming to inspire and develop the next generation of leaders and innovators from right here in the district. Since 1867, Howard University has educated generations of scholars who graduated from DC public schools, and our partnerships with the public school system throughout the district are thriving. Our world-class faculty and staff are committed to providing Banneker and McKinley the same high-caliber instruction and guidance we offer all our students, so these young people can experience college life, receive college credit, and advance their knowledge of the world around them through a range of challenging and enriching college courses. And this is an environment that I think is rich as well. We currently have students on this campus from 44 states and 71 countries. Our first time in college applications this year are up about 20%. And we have applications from all 50 states, I'm happy to announce, and 3 U.S. territories, as well as from 36 countries. So we clearly have an environment that we think culturally as well will be rich. I look forward to the fall when Banneker and McKinley students enter our classrooms and begin the next phase of their journey to college and career success. And before I bring the mayor to the podium, I want to acknowledge a few people who have worked very hard on several things in this city. The first person I'd like to acknowledge is I co-chaired the mayor's education transition committee with Michaela English, and I have to tell you it was a delightful time, so I want to acknowledge you, Ms. English. One of the things that I feel very, very strongly about is making sure that my leadership reflects the future. And I think this particular initiative within my organization, as much as I was very involved in terms of the ideology behind this, I have to commend 3 people in my organization who worked very hard on this. The first person I want to mention is Calvin Hadley. Calvin is a Howard alum, and I have to tell you, yesterday I had a decision to make about having a couple of people greet the president with me, and I was happy to take him. He comes from L.A., and I just wanted him to see what the president looks like, so the next time he looks in the mirror, he would have an idea of where he's heading. The other person I'd like to acknowledge is Kim Worthy, who has worked at our middle school and has now joined us in the Office of Undergraduate Studies. As you know, Mayor, she's an ANC member as well as she's a former DC Teacher of the Year. So you talk about talent. And the last person I want to acknowledge is Mrs. Byam, who's the Director of admissions and has worked hard on this. So certainly it's my pleasure to introduce to you our Mayor, the Honorable Muriel Bowser.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's always great to be at Howard University and great to be with Dr. Frederick. And just really it's been wonderful to watch his energetic leadership, hasn't it? Let's hear it for Dr. Frederick. So I know Dr. Frederick is the 17th president of Howard University. I like to say that because it reflects on just the tremendous history of this university and what it means to the District of Columbia. So when I got the chance to meet him, his reputation, of course, precedes him: world-class surgeon, academic, follower of hospitals, and now a sports guy, too. So I'm pleased to say, and I say every chance I get, that D.C. is indeed a sports capital, and big cities do big things in the arts and academics and also in sports. And so I'm looking forward to following the latest adventure in Dr. Frederick's time here at Howard University. I'm also pleased to be here by my friend on the council in Ward 5, Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie. Give him a round of applause. Our Deputy Mayor for Education, Jenny Niles. Give her a round of applause. And our wonderful Chancellor, who you're going to hear from in a minute, Kaya Henderson. Please acknowledge all of them. So I think this is the second announcement we're making at Howard University in about a month's time. So let that not be lost on you, because I intend to work hand in hand with this president to make sure that the students of the District of Columbia and all of our neighbors and friends that surround Howard University have the best experience from our partnership. I told the president some time ago, and I tell people at Howard all the time, there are a lot of champions for higher ed in the District of Columbia, and we're proud of our own university, and we want to make it better too. But the partnership and the friendship between the District of Columbia and Howard University is only going to get stronger. So as you know, public education is a top priority for our administration. We've reflected that most recently in our 2016 budget. Even in a budget where we have gaps, and we all know that the governments, entities, higher ed, everybody has to figure out how to make the best use of the dollar. We closed our gaps while continuing to make tremendous investments in public education. Our school system is the fastest improving urban school district in the nation. I know the president probably mentioned that to you while you were with him, because he and his administration have been tremendously supportive of us in our efforts for school reform. And we have done so through tremendous partnerships. Howard University, of course, is a beacon of higher education and a valuable asset to our city. We have benefited greatly as a city through this historic bond, and we have launched partnerships with Howard that will ensure the future of the success of our city, and we know the success of the university. So earlier, we were right in this room talking about a partnership that we will create. Well, it's the first for the district's first venture capital hub for startups and emerging companies. Immediately after that announcement, I went down to Austin, Texas to talk about technology, talk to young companies and entrepreneurs who are interested in being in the district. And they cited the partnership with Howard University as a major innovation for the District of Columbia. So we know that we can best have success when we work together. Last week, I think it was, I had the pleasure of talking to residents in my first State of the District of Columbia address. And there we talked about pathways to the middle class, in ensuring and preserving those pathways. You won't be surprised that most Washingtonians believe that good quality schools is the way to make sure that everybody has a pathway to the middle class. That's true. You also won't be surprised that families, wherever they fall in the income spectrum, are concerned about what it costs to put their kids through school. So what we're talking about today is yet another tool in our pathways to the middle class, making sure that students at Ward 5's McKinley Tech and Ward 1's and all of ours, Banneker Academic High School, and I'm pleased that the principals are here. Thank you, Principal Berger. Is Principal Jones here? Principal Jones, good to see you as well, for your commitment to this program. Now imagine this. You can go to two great DC public high schools and get credits at the great Howard University. So just see what that means for middle class families. And so I can't wait to go around and tell everybody about these programs. And I know how the Chancellor thinks. She's going to think about other schools and other ways to partner. But just, again, what we're talking about is a pathway for families in D.C. that go to our public schools and then have a direct link. And I don't want to, it's a great academic opportunity, but it's a great financial opportunity too. And that's what it's going to take to preserve and make sure that every family that's willing to work hard will have the opportunity to live and raise their families right here in the District of Columbia. So thank you again for your partnership. And I would like to invite the Chancellor of DC Public Schools to the podium to tell you a little bit more about it. Chancellor Henderson.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I got a little something going on, which is why I brought my Chief for Post-Secondary Readiness, Emily Durso, along with me to help me carry out my responsibilities this morning. It seems that I'm suffering from a severe case of seasonal allergies, go figure. And I had to go to urgent care yesterday and all this jazz, but I feel okay. I just sound terrible. So pray for me. But I wouldn't miss this for the world. This is an amazing opportunity for us, for our young people, both at McKinley Technology High School and at Banneker, to literally change the scope of their education. When Dr. Frederick was still the interim president at Howard, he called me up and said, I want to come talk to you. And I said, sure, great. What do you want to talk about? And he said, I want to talk about increasing the pipeline of students coming to Howard, and I want to talk about how I help you get your kids more ready for college. And I said, great, absolutely. That's what we want to do. And we set about envisioning a dual enrollment program. And he said, I want to partner with one school. And I said, how about two schools? Because we got a lot of children to cover. And the folks in his office set about working with the folks in our office to bring this day to reality. And so I'm going to ask Emily to talk a little bit about the particulars of the program, and then we'll hear from our principals, and then I'll come back and tell you more about what I'm thinking, Mayor Bowser, and why this is even more important. So, Emily.
Thank you, Chancellor, and hello, everyone. I think everyone here in being involved in education knows that partnering with a prestigious institute of higher learning such as Howard University will inspire our students, give them a model to strive for, and provide them with high-caliber courses that will deepen their knowledge. By being on a college campus, in classrooms alongside college students with world-class faculty, our students will begin to understand exactly what it takes for them to succeed in college. But perhaps most importantly, our students really can begin to envision themselves attending college and thriving on the path to a successful career. We've heard from many of our students who have taken classes at local colleges that the greatest benefit of their experience is they develop a deeper belief in themselves and a clearer vision of what they want to achieve in the future. This partnership with Howard University is an opportunity that every high school student across the district can have access if they're willing to work hard and plan for their future. So we're going to continue building on this momentum and expanding dual enrollment opportunities across the city. In addition, I'd like to add that Howard is also a committed partner in our DC Meets Washington summer program, where we take middle school students, expose them to all the careers in high-wage high-growth jobs in the city, and then show them our wonderful high schools, such as McKinley and Banneker and others, and then take them to college campuses. And the president here has been, again, very gracious in letting us bring all these middle school students up here to Howard so they can see what it's like to be on a college campus, and they can start making smart high school decisions. Howard's commitment doesn't stop there, of course. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that many Howard students are in our schools every day, volunteering as tutors and mentors, and we are very grateful for the role models that they are giving our students. You're going to hear in a few minutes, after you hear from the Chancellor, from the two principals, from McKinley Tech and from Banneker. And Dr. Franklin, I just want to say on behalf of all of us at DCPS, I know I speak for the Chancellor, thank you for your outgoing and consistent approach to your commitment to DC public school students. Thank you.
I'm going to ask Dr. I'm going to ask Anita Berger to come up and give a few remarks, the principal of Banneker High School, followed by Dr. Jones at McKinley Technology.
So, good morning, Dr. Frederick, Mayor Bowser, Chancellor Henderson, and the members of the Howard and DC Public School community. It's an honor and privilege for me to stand before you today. And just to give you a little bit about my background, I am at home. When I say I'm at home, I'm a Howard alum. But I also spent over a decade of teaching here, and I see a couple of my students in the audience. Yes, I taught him swimming. He's still swimming. But it's just an honor, but I'm also a McKinley grad. So with Banneker, McKinley, and Howard, it's a perfect fit, and it's been a long time coming. So the mayor mentioned 17th president. Well, I've spoken with president number 15, president number 16 about this partnership. But president number 17, I thank you because you're the one who did this. And I think he called me also, so he was really serious. But it is a personal connection for me because when I think about the value that this is going to add to, our college-going culture, not only at Banneker but in DC public schools, it is something that, in my opinion, should have been done and needs to be done not just with this university, but universities across the city. So I'm going to be a champion, and I'm going to start knocking on doors, and like I tell my kids, all they can do is say no. But we need to grow partnerships such as this, and I am honored because it is Howard, and, I am so connected. And so, I really, really want to be a part of moving this forward. And I really want to thank the Chancellor because she has a team with the college-going and career readiness team that is awesome. Kim, Aaron, Emily, they have really made this as well. They've balanced the ball here, so thank you for that team. I'm just excited about this opportunity. Sometimes the kids get a little sick of me when something new comes about. They're like, okay, Principal Berger, just relax. But I'm going to bring them over here. And so I'm not only am going to tell them about this, but I'm going to bring them over and say, look at what you can do. Look at what's possible and look at what we're going to do as a community. So, and I see one of my parents or grandparents there, Anderson. But I really want to do, as a community as a whole, we need to just embrace all of the children, and we are lucky that at Banneker we do get a chance to touch every child in every ward, and so it's really important that we give them this opportunity. So I thank, again, President Frederick, and, just having the commitment and wanting to do this with all the other things that he has to do. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and it is personal. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming Dr. Louise Jones, the principal of McKinley Technology High School, and the real star, Miles Jack Johnson, who is a student at McKinley Technology campus, who has participated in the High Skip program. Come on up, Miles.
Good morning. I am very pleased that McKinley can participate in being the face of DCPS whenever possible for all good things, even this McKinley Tech. But my job this morning is to talk about Miles. Miles Jack Johnson is a senior, and I'm classifying him as a senior plus at McKinley Tech. He's participated in the high school college internship program called HighSkip. He's very conscientious. He's hardworking. He sets himself apart from his peers because of his work ethic and his level of critical thinking. He articulates his reasoning and his thoughts so that his peers can also enhance their learning. He leads by example. He's reflective. He works hard. He always wants to do better. While he's been in HighSkip, he has successfully taken 4 Howard courses: English, Greek philosophy, calculus, and humanities. Miles is a veteran member of our robotics team, which competes in various statewide competitions. He's been a member of the chess and debate teams, and he was a summer intern with the Naval Research Laboratory last summer, where he researched and co-developed a new mobile solar power unit. In his spare time, he also volunteers as a mentor for younger children with robotics. We have a sort of a robotics lab set up at Langley Elementary. This fall, he plans to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering. He's leaning toward the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, but he wants to keep his options open. Please join me in welcoming Miles.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I really so appreciate all the compliments you guys give me. This is a very humbling experience. This is a very great experience for me, and I'm so glad that I am be able to talk on this program. Now, as you guys know, my name is Miles Johnson, and I am a senior at McKinley Technology High School. And I'm also, if you guys know, I am a part-time freshman at Howard University. Now, this opportunity for dual enrollment was was made possible for me through this program called HighSkip. HighSkip allows high school seniors to take college classes in selected DC universities. Through this program, I chose to submerge myself into the academic environment at Howard. Now, I owe this partly responsible because my parents were Howard alumni, so I greatly appreciate their support. So now, something very important about this program is that they really want to teach you how to have an authentic college experience. And what that essentially means is that as I am in the campus of Howard, I am a student that is responsible for their own academic success. And initially, this was new for me. This is hard for me to get used to. And in fact, in the first week, I actually sat through 2 hours of a Intro to Humanities class before realizing I was in the wrong room. Such things happen. It's a authentic experience, right? But, I got everything sorted out in that way. And, I actually started to feel like an actual college student. Now, in this academic year was actually kind of strange for me. English is not my best subject in high school, but it turned out to be my best class at Howard. My favorite memory of this class is that we actually divided up into teams to help practice grammar through this game. And somehow in this game, we got really intense. And so I understand that this is a game just meant to improve your writing skills, but couldn't really help but celebrating afterwards. It was just something that was just really important to me. And there are many more pleasant memories I had from being at Howard. And upon reflecting on all of these when writing this speech, I made me realize how important this college experience was for me. You know, usually in the last year of high school, the majority of our focus is just trying to prepare just to go to college. However, what we don't realize is that there isn't any preparation for actually being inside a college. And that gap analysis is what sometimes makes the transition confusing for us. And that's exactly why students will appreciate this program, because it allows them to see what they're heading for and hopefully to adjust for things that we were just unprepared for. And so college is a new chapter in our lives. But this program will allow us to revise some of the pages. Thank you so much for all this. So appreciate it. Thank you.
Come on, you can do better than that for the young man. This is why I say I have the best job in the city, right? Because we get to serve young men like that and propel them on the pathway to the middle class, Mayor. And I get to do it with amazing people. I knew I liked you, Dr. Frederick. I first moved to D.C. in 1988 as well. I live in Brookland. And we find ourselves in the education space literally changing people's lives. So I'm excited to do that together. This is, you heard firsthand what this experience does for young people. I keep telling my team our graduation rate matters, but that only tells us how quickly or slowly we move kids through our system. If we really want to hold ourselves accountable for the success of our young people, we have to hold ourselves accountable for where they are after they graduate from us. And so I have the best post-secondary team in the country. I'd put them up against anybody, and I want to thank you all for what you've just started to do. And this is just the start. Howard, trendsetter that they are, is our first partner. In a long, long time. Everybody knows about our partnership with GW and School Without Walls, but that's old news. This is new news, and this is the beginning of newer news, because our goal is to ensure that every single high school, not just Banneker and McKinley and Walls, but every single high school in our city has a dual enrollment partnership, so that these young people get to go to college while they're in high school, so that they get to learn what college is about. They get to experience that academic rigor. They get to close that gap between going to visit a university and actually participating as a student. And for parents, that they get to earn some credits, which should in fact cut down on the financial burden that many of our families face when they think about college. The simple fact that he's going in with four courses under his belt. 5 courses is your first semester in college, right? So he's saved his family a semester's worth of tuition. And that matters for many of our young people who have the talent and they have the potential, but they don't always have the means. And so for us, this is incredibly important, not just for their success in college, but their ability to persist when finances are such a significant portion of that equation. So I just want to say again, thank you so much to Howard. I think you all are really lucky to have a leader like Dr. Frederick, who really is about making this fine university even finer as the changing landscape of education is happening. He's making sure that Howard stays at the forefront of it. And so I want to thank him. I want to thank my boss, the mayor, who has been incredibly supportive. I'm a little out there, and we do some funky things that other school districts don't do, and she's 250% supportive because she knows that everything that we do is in service to providing our young people with a world-class education. And I want to thank all of you for being here today, because this is a momentous occasion. You could have been anywhere else, but you thought it important enough to celebrate with us that our young people now have a completely different trajectory as they go on to college, thanks to the partnership between DCPS and Howard University. Thank you.